Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the New Gods podcast. Before we start, I will just say that Apollo isn't here today again. He's very, very busy with exams at the moment, which is why he's not in today. But otherwise, we have a Dark Raccoon and All Bones Jones. How you doing, guys?
Hello.
Hey, I'm here and deliberately not answering that question.
I can actually answer the question because a lot happened and I would like to have this segment
Yes.
focus on what happened exactly because a lot happened pretty much. Something has been going on sadly for I would say 9 months over speedrun.com, and let's just say that I am no longer a moderator nor an admin of Fear and Hunger Choose speedrun.com. The details as to what happened are a lot, and I explain everything in my server, but I don't want to make it something that will be part of this podcast or putting on YouTube either, because I tried my best to choose the best words that I can possible for me to not offend anyone or make anyone hunt in anybody, right? I just will be focusing on my own content, which is video editing for Fear and Hunger, guys, anything like that. I don't think I'll be going back to speedrunning, sadly. But what I'm trying to say on this is that I didn't have the best time during this, but that was my final thing that I had to deal with this whole time, and I can finally focus back on video editing. And anything that happened during this time, I've learned from it, and well, it feels unfair to go through that of what happened. I learned a lot, and I'm really positive with the outcome, because one thing that you gotta take from whenever stuff is unfair is that you gotta continue fighting. And just like Mao said to me before, you gotta hate people, right, Mao?
Yeah, you have to hate people.
You gotta
let
hate
hate into
people.
your
So no, I'm just kidding. But I'm
What
gonna
do you mean
continue
just
learning from
kidding?
this.
Hate's like the second
I know what
strongest
I
force
hate.
in the universe.
Yeah,
I
you know what
tried
the
to
strongest
not
force
hate.
is, though? Love.
Fear.
Love.
Love.
No.
Love.
Love is like number 4, dude.
Aww.
Read the patch notes. Love is like number 4.
I wonder which one goes first, love or hate. But
It's
yes.
fear, then hate, then petty spite, then love.
Where did hunger fit there, though?
Oh, that is optional, I think, actually. Some people don't even eat. I think about it.
Well,
Huh.
they die pretty quick, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't have to leave, right? I'm just kidding. But yes, I want to just close on this saying that it's been fun trying to make the speedrun.com categories more fun. It's been fun getting the community to run. It's been fun routing and taking any suggestions from the community. But things have been getting really difficult to communicate and rather hard for me to keep up with anybody. So I had to step out. I was forced to step out. I could become a mod now, not an administrator, but I chose not to. And I think it's better that way. I want to leave it behind and I want to continue growing. So thank you everybody for supporting me in speedrun.com, watching my speedruns, and just any suggestion that you guys had in the forums. But I'll be focusing on something else.
Yeah, I think the important lesson to learn
yeah.
here is to never, ever, ever trust speedrunners. Never.
It's a hard thing because in the previous podcast we had the discussion of the LRT, right? And one of the things, and I can spill this beans at least for you guys. I got also in trouble for not adding LRT from the community, and to the administrators, the support ticket, they said that it was fine for me not to add LRT, which is low removal timer, which makes it so that when you are loading, you don't add any timer into the game. And they said it's fine, but the community said it wasn't. So that was another strike against me, and I couldn't fight back against that, sadly. But when I heard Jones and Mao talk about it, saying that speedrunners are able to just go through whatever it is that you gotta put just to make the time even smaller, like lower, I guess. I was like, okay, makes sense. I'm gonna add it. It was too late, sadly. What was I going to say as well? It was something else. I have forgotten, sadly. It went away. I cannot think about it, sadly. But
So
yeah.
So instead of speedrunning, what are you spending your time on now then?
Right now, I'm spending my time instead of speedrunning. Although if I would go back to speedrunning, I would not submit it to speedrun.com. I would just keep it on my YouTube. But I'm playing Palworld a lot of Palworld, and I've been using NVIDIA Shadowplay, thankfully, which saves your last 5 to 10 minutes. I think it is 5 minutes of content, and I've been getting clips like that. So I'm planning on just getting some highlights for Palworld, as well as Little Company, which has been 2 games that I've been playing a lot, and I kind of just want to make content of that for people who are watching me, while also finally being able to get out of all this stuff that's going on and focus on finishing my guides of Fear and Hunger 2, which there's a lot of stuff that I gotta cover. And I wanted to talk about a video that I did. I did Fear and Hunger 2, how blindness works, and I finally explained how blinding Thurgo in the head doesn't work, but it does in the arms. It's one of the weirdest thing ever.
You'll have to redo all those guys when the patch comes out because it's changing all that.
Of course, I'm down for it. Of course, yeah, totally.
Oh,
But
right.
I just
another
want
reason
there's
never
a-
to cover the content.
I have no idea on that, and I love not knowing. But I want to tell you that this is something about speedrun.com. They're planning on keeping the previous category in case the new speedruns do not work. The previous patch will still be accessible if you can downgrade on Steam. Down patch, sorry. And you can run the previous run again. I mean, the previous patch. So my guys are going to still be useful for anyone who wants to go back for whatever reason. Hopefully not, since I love Miro and I know he's going to do a good job about the update. He always does.
Yeah, I never understood that
positive
about
changes, I
speedrunning.
think.
When they're like, well, you know, this tactic that was like completely bullshit and let us teleport across the map and finish the game in 5 seconds doesn't work in the latest patch,
Yep.
so we're not going to use the latest patch. It's like,
I wanted to talk about this actually. There's a game called Back 4 Blood. Do you know it?
yeah, the Left 4 Dead
The Left 4 Dead.
by
Yeah,
Turtle Rock,
the Left 4 Dead. Yes. That one had a release that had infinite stamina running glitch where you can run, then let go of running, jump, and then when you land, you can hold shift again and just run. The thing about it is, while in the air, your stamina will replenish automatically, so you will never lose all your stamina. And it was a really difficult tech that you would do that took a lot of technique from the player to get through that. It was patched the next the following patch already, and there's like 12 patch afterwards. So anyone who runs the game now runs it on the first patch of Back 4 Blood, and there's a lot of glitches like that can be done. But that's one of the most the biggest one. It's like patching bunny hopping kinda in Counter-Strike or whatever it is. It's still there. I don't know if it's on Counter-Strike anymore.
It's also like parry flying in Dark Souls 2, which originally only worked
I
on
remember that.
patch 1.5.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Didn't someone
So
say
all
that
the
in
reverse boss order runs had to be done on that patch.
I love that. I love when there's that, to be honest. I personally wish that none of the glitches and bugs that are positively affecting the game to be able to be speedrunnable won't be, patched. But I completely understand if they're removed just to make the game harder or anything like that. But I don't know. Miro is interesting. He left the dev spot in Fear and Hunger 1, so I don't know.
Fear and Hunger 1 is an interesting case, yeah. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
Of course it was intentional. Just ask Miro.
Yeah, I think the lore thing that Jones said about vampires and whatever the fuck makes sense, and that's why it's intentional, I think. But yeah, closing up the topic of speedrunning, Fear and Hunger 2 will have a lot of changes coming up soon in Fear and Hunger 2 speedrun.com. I hope they're gonna be good changes, but from what I went through, they're gonna be difficult to maintain because there are 2 categories right now, and the 2 are pretty much the same thing and have not really gotten through much of testing yet. So
Uh,
we'll see what happens in the future.
Well, if someone took over, fuck them. They can work hard then. If they're gonna make it work harder for themselves.
That's what I can think. Yeah, because it took me a lot for me to go through this, because I was like we've had in the podcast before. I wanted to make a glitchless just to not have any glitches at all, anything. And what was added recently was no major glitches against any percent. Any percent you can just do whatever you want. But in no major glitches currently, the world record has the Avela sole duplication for ending C. So you tell me what is you tell me what is no major glitches, right? At this point, I don't know. To me, being able to just shoot a wall to get 13 souls or whatever it is, and ending the game in 17 minutes, I don't think that is no major glitches, to be honest, considering that it takes like 50 minutes to finish. So it's gonna be hard, but I wish them the best, and I will always positively wish them the best. I won't wish any ill intent on any person. Just I hope they can do it, because it's a hard thing, and it took me a lot of time for me to focus on maintaining this page. But yeah, that is the whole topic that I have. I'm sorry that it took so much.
No, that's fine. Well, we have Bones here to wish ill intent on people for us if we need to. So.
Yeah.
Hurting people's what I'm good at. It's what they paid me to do.
Good stuff.
But yeah, no. What I was, my response to that is just what I said, what I was saying earlier, that, it's good to focus on in content creation and in general in life. It's always best to focus on things that you can control. And when it's easy for other people just to come in and take control overnight, well, I don't know how long it is. I haven't paid attention to this speedrun situation whatsoever, right?
I slept and they just took over, sadly.
Oh, see, there you go. If it's that easy for someone to take over,
I wasn't even contacted by. Yeah. I wasn't even contacted by anybody, which is very crazy.
Yeah, that's why I rarely collab. I find it much better just to focus on my own content. We were talking about doing this podcast for months before we ended up actually doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just because I just prefer, not that I thought you guys would flake or anything, but or take over the podcast and kick me out or whatever. But just that I just always think it's better to focus on your own content before anything else. Because at the end of the
Raccoon,
day,
he's on to us. We need to kick him out now.
No, don't kick me out.
Wait, how are you gonna edit that?
I was gonna say that would be a really good bit if I could still record the call when I wasn't in it. But
I know, right? I was wondering what the fuck was gonna happen.
Oh, you know what would be a good bit? Just having like the video end there and then having a second video uploaded.
God damn it.
Yeah. But no, it's good that we're gonna be focusing on other stuff instead of this, I think. Speedrunning's fun, but at the end of the day, it's always better to do stuff that is a bit more of your own work and can't be taken away and can make you money. Speedrunning cannot. Name one speedrunner that actually makes money from what they're doing.
Distortion 2?
Oh, there you go. There's some. I think you make more money being a speedrunning commentary channel. You know, the one that's like...
they were like, we're going through this whole thing of how it works.
Yeah.
Explaining how it works for the viewers. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah, actually. If you think about it. I mean, it's hard. It's very hard. It takes a lot of tech to be able to be good at running the game. There's some games that don't take any tech at all. Fear Hunger kind of doesn't, in a way, honestly. But most of the games that are like watched are very tech-heavy games. So to me, it makes sense.
You can be the Fear and Hunger speedrunning commentary channel.
I could, yeah, definitely. I have a lot of knowledge on it.
You can do it about Bones,
I have a lot of knowledge.
And do it about the crazy bullshit that he's done, and then you get a gazillion views because everyone will want to watch that.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it could be. It's like I have a lot of knowledge on the game, and I push the knowledge of the game way too much. Like I said, I know a lot of ways to make the run slice like 3 minutes or more. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Making all these suggestions, I feel like when like one of your family members, they accidentally find out that you have a YouTube channel, and they're always like, "You should do a video on this. You should do a video on this." No.
I had my what is it when you go to check your eyes? What the fuck is it? Because I went to check my eyes today.
Like an
What
eye
is
doctor.
that? What is that called in English? Eye doctor, whatever. Yeah.
Optometrist?
Optometrist, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why, but my father said my son has a YouTube channel. I was like, and the doctor, the guy said, "Oh my God, you have a YouTube channel. Can I see it? Can you see it?" No, I don't have viewers. It's like, oh, you know that he gets paid in dollars. Like, what? Oh, no, no. It's so embarrassing. I don't know why. I don't like giving my YouTube channel in real life. It's like,
See, this is why whenever anyone asks me where I'm getting the money, I just tell them, "Oh, I'm a part-time stripper."
Any words?
And then they stop asking about it.
I was like, oh. And I was imagining it. I was like, what would Mao, Jones, and Frappolo say on this shit? Frappolo wouldn't say shit, probably. He would be like, whoa. Jones would be like, you don't get to know. And Mao would be like, yeah, sure. My YouTube channel is this, and would you like to collab? Or...
No way, I wouldn't. I'd be the opposite of that. I'd be like, you didn't fucking hear that, dude. You never heard that. I don't have a YouTube channel.
Just taking the gun. I don't know. I got embarrassed today on it.
Yeah, that's fair.
God damn it.
That's fair.
But anyways, next topic.
Palworld. We're talking about Palworld now because we have to. I think we're legally obliged to talk about Palworld. There should be a Fear and Hunger open world monster collecting game like Palworld. I think. What do you guys think?
I mean, what I'm thinking is you're thinking both too small and too big.
Oh?
You can already build structures in Palworld, and one of the things I was thinking about making in it was just the first floor of the Dungeons of Fear and Hunger. As part of my project.
I really don't like how you said the word project there, Bones. I really don't.
What? What? It's fine. It's normal. I'm doing normal things in Palworld.
Normal things or normal Bones things?
Normal things. I'm so normal. What are you talking about? There's no normal Bones things. There's only normal, and I'm like almost unnaturally normal.
Okay.
Who are you?
Okay, hit us. What is it?
Well, I realized you can use a butcher knife and like eat things that you butcher.
Yeah.
And then I found out you can capture humans.
Oh no.
And then I found out that the game has like a bunch of really cute girls. So I'm just going to be doing the normal thing in this dungeon.
Are you literally
it's normal.
Trotter?
Now, stop acting like it's weird. It's normal.
Is it weird or is it normal?
It's
Jones,
totally
look at
normal.
me in the eyes. Look at me in the eyes. Look at me in the eyes.
Completely normal. All you have is people who are trying to repress these urges and pretend that they don't have it to try to look better. But deep down, this is normal. They just don't know it.
We'll have to put this one to the comments, I think. YouTube comments.
Yes, comment below whether or not this is normal. Or actually, let me rephrase that. Comment below that this is normal, or covertly admit to hiding your deep, dark, destructive urges. Those are the only choices here.
Chat, is building a torture, cannibalism, murder dungeon in Palworld normal? Comment below.
It's obviously February 14th is coming up. Of course it's normal.
Oh, that's very romantic. Very romantic.
Thank you. It's I mean, it's not really very romantic. It's normally romantic.
That's like a romantic date. Taking a girl to your murder dungeon. Sorry, cannibalism murder dungeon.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason they're actually into it.
They, look, just aside, they are. Why? Why is that?
I have no idea.
It's
like,
odd,
I used
yeah.
to assume that women were interested in me just because I'm, like, ridiculously tall. But even if it's online, it's not because of the height. I think it's just because I give off serial killer vibes. And they're, like, super into that because they make terrible decisions all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the whole Tumblr sexy man phenomenon, isn't it? It's similar to that. I mean, like Jason Voorhees.
It's probably the same dark impulse, this as well as stuff like true crime documentaries.
Yeah, girls do love true crime, don't they? But yeah, like Jason Voorhees is a sex symbol. I had no idea about that until I went online, and my mindset was completely changed. I was like, wow, people think Jason Voorhees is sexy. And
Yeah,
Ghostface and stuff like that. I was like, what?
Once I realized that people found him sexy, it explained why so many women compared me to him. They were just sending out signals that I was not picking up on. I assumed it was some sort of insult and not, awkward flirting.
You are a silent, probably autistic serial killer that murders teenagers. Yes, that means I'm into you.
That makes sense to me.
See, this is what guys have to put up with. If there's any ladies listening, your signals that you think are obvious are not obvious. If you call us serial killers, we will get the wrong idea. Okay. I have had way more female interest with this model than I did my old model. Would you believe me?
I'd completely believe you.
It's like a handsome, comfy dog boy, anime dog boy.
I would not have touched you with a single finger, but now I will, probably. Yeah, your old model just is repugnant. I hate it.
You can't see it, but I'm shaking my head in disgust at, like, women in general.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
No, it doesn't.
Look at me.
It makes sense if you assume that they make bad decisions to begin with and then later justify them. That's the only case where, oh man, serial killer that's going to kill me is so hot becomes logical.
Well, think about it. Like, do you want a human/demon or do you want a furry? Right? It makes sense to me.
Well,
what?
Japanese. Why
are those the only two options?
That's what he was before.
For starters,
that's what he's now.
Right. It wasn't furry. It was kimono mimi, which is completely different.
Whatever.
And two, even if it was furry, it's Japanese
like,
furry, which is 10 times better. Okay?
Is it?
It's not even furry. It's just animal ears.
Yeah.
But people don't see through that. They don't think about it. They don't go 2 + 2 = 4. They look at the phone and it's like 4. That's it. They go to the conclusion. I said many times I'm not a furry. They still call me a furry.
Well, that's a little different. You're not just a handsome guy with animal ears. You're just a straight up raccoon. You're a literal raccoon.
Pretty handsome raccoon. Oh.
You should get a model that's like a handsome guy with like raccoon ears and raccoon tail.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to change my model a little bit, actually. But I'm still gonna be.
You should hold a Tumblr sexy man contest.
No, people have asked me to make an OnlyFans for some reason.
No. Hear me out on this. You hold a contest within your community to come up with the best, like, Tumblr sexy man design for raccoon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. You should 100% do that, dude. No lie.
God damn it.
It'd be sick.
I could try.
It'd be great, yeah. Human raccoon, let's go. Kimono Mimi raccoon, let's go.
No.
Finally beating the furry allegations. Finally.
Never again. Oh my god.
Yeah, so what's the... I was actually curious about Palworld. How does the multiplayer work? Because it's got multiplayer, right?
So that's an interesting thing, actually. My experience with the multiplayer is quite wild. Because I started playing with a friend, and it was fun and everything like that. I was like, wow, whatever. But then when he went to bed, I was like, I could play for like a bit. It's 5 a.m. in the morning. I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so I could play for like a bit. Little that I know, I ended up staying up until like 2 p.m. playing Palworld when I was sleepy in a way, and I could not stop. I just could not stop, and just having the whole world and the whole place, the base, just being myself and only myself, felt very relaxing. I gotta say, I'm down with playing with friends. Right?
Was it the cannibalism or the murder that what made it feel relaxing?
The cannibalism I did only once, and the murder I did only twice actually.
Just dabble a little bit in the cannibalism, Don't knock it till you try it, they
that's
say.
the normal thing to do. A little bit of cannibalism is normal and healthy. Everyone does it.
I just hate it on a Pokemon that I just could not. Well, Pokemon Pal, I guess, that I could not catch, and when I catch it, I tried it, and it died, I guess.
Oh,
But yes, I'm having a lot of fun with the game. But I don't think I would be able to stream it because I feel super relaxed when playing. I just do the dumbest shit ever, and I don't do anything productive for like hours.
yeah.
I love the game so much. I love it so much. Same with Little Company, but Little Company I can actually stream it, so that's pretty good. That's pretty freaking good. Speaking of Pokemon, by the way, did you see that there was a guy who made a mod of Palworld, which every single Pokemon and the main characters, like the name is,
Wait,
changed
did he
into.
add Pokemon to Palworld?
Yeah, he added, and he got DMCA by Nintendo. His mod is gone.
And it's so sad because I was going to do this hilarious bit with the mod where I just play with it installed, but don't like talk about it at all, and be like, "What are you talking about? This isn't a Pokemon ripoff. These are all original characters."
Jeez, I was gonna say you could probably find the download again and still do that, but then you might actually get DMCA'd by Nintendo if you upload that anywhere.
DMCA for the bit is
really
worth it.
weird. It's really freaking weird that the Palworld, the game, I don't know how it works, to be honest, because you might know this actually. It didn't get DMCA'd at all, and I don't think it will because it's been so long.
It's also not violating copyrights.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not.
But
It's like it's obviously
mod
taking inspiration
that
from
is
it,
not-
but it's not copying it outright.
Yeah, a mod that you can find anywhere. You can find a mod of Pokemon in any game probably, but this one was DMCA'd. What the flying?
That's because Game Freak is really butthurt about this because Palworld has already sold more copies than Pokemon Emerald.
I'm so glad I found a meme that was showing like rip-off of Pokemon. And it showed these beautiful creatures, and we have the real game, and it showed Pokemon with like no graphics at all, and one of the worst images in the world, just having the character standing still, almost deep posing.
So
with like
Game
no
Freak
background.
has been the laziest company for the longest time. And I honestly don't think that they have to change anything after Palworld. I think that when the next Pokemon game comes out, the fans are still going to buy it, and Game Freak don't have to change a single thing about it. People do want like a good open world Pokemon game on PC with effort put into it, and they're never going to get that. Game Freak are never going to do that. They're never going to make another game with effort put into it again because they don't have to. They can put out the laziest slop, and it will still sell a gorillion copies because people just keep buying it. So why would they change? It's frustrating.
While I agree with most of what you're saying, I feel like I have to go to bat for Game Freak here.
Oh, here we go.
Because I know a thing or two about what happened behind the scenes during a couple of development cycles, and I can't say how without endangering someone's NDA. But it's not laziness that results in such low-quality products.
Mm.
It's incompetence.
Yeah. Yeah, I can believe that.
So, does everyone remember during Sword and Shield when they cut out like a ton of different Pokemon and just didn't have them in the game?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And everyone was like, oh, they're so lazy. They couldn't port over all the models that they already had and yada, 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 right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, the actual reason behind this, and you won't find this confirmed anywhere on the internet because Game Freak really does not want this getting out, But the actual reason that happened was they needed a new format for the old model data that they had, so they wrote a tool to automatically convert them over, right?
Hmm.
And they tested the tool out in a couple of models, and it worked fine. So they set it to convert all of the models and then deleted the old models. Which is when they found a bug that apparently after running for long enough, it starts outputting garbage data instead of properly converting the models. So the reason they cut Pokemon from Sword and Shield wasn't laziness, it was incompetence because they had accidentally deleted most of the models and had to remake them from scratch.
Yeah, I can honestly believe that. Yeah.
What a beautiful thing.
Oh,
So
man.
while I agree that you'll never see a quality product from Game Freak again, I strongly disagree that it's laziness. They are genuinely trying their best. It's just not very good.
Man,
Lord.
I just wish we got a Pokemon game that would justify the amount of money they're making from it, you know? Like, they're making billions of dollars off of each one, so give me a game worth $1 billion, and then just not, right? You know, like GTA 5, right? That was like the fastest selling video game at the time when it came out, and it sold like the most copies ever, or something like that. And it was like, you play it, it's like, oh, okay, like, I get it. I get why. Red Dead Redemption 2, like, oh, okay, I get it, right? There's some games where you play it and you're like, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense as to why that sold a million copies, you know, a billion copies. And Pokemon games haven't been that way for a very long time. You know, I honestly don't know when the last game was. It probably does hurt a bit because they were always like mobile handheld games for a very long time. It took ages to get a home console one, like a real home console one. Was Sword and Shield the first real home console Pokemon?
Wasn't that 3DS, not Switch?
Sword and Shield. No, that
I
was
wouldn't
on
know,
Switch.
sadly.
Sword and Shield was on Switch.
Okay.
Oh, I wouldn't know, sadly.
Like they had.
Yeah, I haven't paid
Pokemon-
attention to Pokemon since like Gold and Silver, so I only know what the people I know tell me.
Yeah.
I never played it. The only game that I usually played was Digimon, to be honest, because of how every single Digimon that came out was completely different from the previous. They would never sell on one thing, and I love that a lot. You would never know what will come next. That's why Digimon World 4 is the best Digimon ever.
Yeah, because there was Pokemon Coliseum was the one. Yeah, Pokemon Coliseum was on the GameCube, but that was just different enough to not really count as a real Pokemon because you weren't like roaming around, catching wild Pokemon, doing all the gyms and stuff like that. They were definitely a side game. It was close, but not quite. So yeah, the actual real Pokemon games. I think the first one was on Switch, and that was Sword and Shield was supposed to be open world too, but then they just had like 2 routes that were open world, and it's like, and the rest of it was still the exact same sort of format. It's like, so what's the point of having these big open areas then? That just added nothing. And
Yeah.
it's, I can definitely buy either incompetence over laziness because it feels like they haven't been able to get it right for ages, but they just don't need to is the thing, because the games just keep selling, you know, millions of copies even though they're utter slop. And I honestly don't think that you know, anything's going to change after Palworld. You know, it shows that if Pokemon got their shit together, they could make even more money, but they still make, you know, oh, okay, instead of making the most money, they're making the second most money. Is that enough to change? Do you think they'll care that much? Probably not.
Nah.
Particularly because the amount of effort they'd have to put into like restructuring the company and hiring competent talent, and also training that talent up, because a lot of the people that made Pokemon Go originally didn't train anyone, which is so bad and the reason of so many issues currently.
Yeah, you think with their budget they'll be able to hire a team. Well, they would be able to. They'll be able to build a brand new team from the best talent and say, here you go, you have 3 years, make us the best Pokemon game ever. And then come back in 3 years and they will just have an amazing game, but they just won't And that would be a blip in their budget. That would be pocket change for them, the amount of money they make. And they just don't for some reason. And I honestly don't understand why. I really don't. How you can have that much money and still make such bad products. Bethesda is another company that does exactly the same thing.
Oh, Bethesda's issue is the management.
Yeah. I mean, it's always been the same.
not
They've always
having-
made awful products ever since Fallout. I never played Oblivion, but Fallout 3 was just slop. And it stayed slop since
Oblivion
then.
was really good slop. I liked Oblivion because it was bad. Like, you never played Oblivion, so let me explain something to you. There are paintbrushes that you can find throughout the world. What do you think they're used for?
I'm going to guess that they're just clutter.
They are ladders.
What?
For some reason, across all of the patches, they never fix the bug that paintbrushes are immune to physics and gravity. So you pick them up, and then you put them down somewhere in the world, and you have an immovable rod that you can use to climb into places you're not supposed to.
What the hell? This is ridiculous.
Oblivion was an absolute mess. It was barely functional at the best of times. There are NPCs that I believe have never been seen by a human player because they're like pathing or AI kills them before the player can even get there. But it was a really fun mess.
In that regard, is it more or less broken than Skyrim?
Kind of both. Like, a lot of the core things, like getting stuck on a bumblebee during the intro and soft locking, doesn't happen. But
What?
the brokenness is more core to the gameplay experience and a thing that you have to directly interact with as, like, a decision.
Hang on, you had to go back to that bumblebee thing. What was the bumblebee thing?
Oh, in Skyrim, there's a rare bug where a literal insect can fly into the path of, like, the intro cutscene, block one of the NPCs in the game softlocks.
I love that.
Man, what the hell?
Oblivion has less stuff like that, but more stuff like my assassination spell, because it has custom magic, yeah?
That's right.
And-
They had spell crafting and stuff, didn't they?
One of the things I would do would be give a massive temporary boost to both the speed stat and the athletic stat to, like, multiply a character's move speed by, like, 100 times, but only for, like, 2 seconds.
Hmm.
And what I'd do is I'd wait for someone to get to the top of a really tall hill and cast it on someone, and they'd accelerate forwards faster than the hill went down and die from fall damage.
That's great. What the hell?
Life.
Killing somebody by buffing them.
Yes. And there's so many different, just completely broken things in Oblivion, but it's the fun kind of broken.
Hmm.
So it's both more and less broken than Skyrim.
Yeah, because they stripped out a lot of those sort of systems in Skyrim, didn't they? It's a very bland experience overall.
Yeah, they've been dumbing it down since Morrowind.
Like, really the only sort of interesting system like that would be the enchanting alchemy exploits. Even then it's just like, okay, bigger alchemy equals bigger enchanting, and then keep flipping that around until you, like, make super potions and stuff like that. But this is one thing out of a
Yeah.
whole game, and it's like, okay, kind of boring.
And meanwhile, Oblivion has stuff like where if you cast a spell that summons, like, endgame equipment temporarily, which is a really common type of spell to find, and then use a repair hammer on it, it suddenly just hangs around.
You can summon, like, Daedric armor and stuff like that, can you?
Yeah, you can walk out into the first dungeon, summon Daedric armor, use a repair hammer on it, and now you just have it forever. It's now just your standard weapon. You can even put it through, like, upgrades and enchant it.
Man, that sounds awesome.
Sounds like Fear and Hunger. I love it.
That is one of the
Very
things.
similar vein of Broken to Fear and Hunger, yeah.
Yeah, that's always sort of what I felt was a nice sort of feeling in Fear and Hunger, was the feeling that, like, oh, there's so many different things that you can do in this game, and the game just is designed to let you on purpose. Like, yeah, you can go and get, you know, Miasma, one of the best swords in the game, in like 5 seconds if you want to. right?
If we know about it, and it feels amazing that it wasn't much as well.
Yeah. And there's just so many little things like that. And
That's actually 1-to-1 to something in Oblivion.
oh really?
Yeah, the ultimate sword Umbra is at the end of a dungeon, literally across the moat from the starting city.
Huh.
You have to figure out a clever way to kill the high-level NPC that holds it, but you can, and you just have the best sword in the game, literally at the start.
Yeah, more games need to do that.
They do. It's so much fun.
And then it was like, in Skyrim, they were like, okay, we're not going to do anything fun like that. You're not going to find any items in the world. It's all leveled loot. Everything's leveled loot. So you just completely gut that entire system for some reason. Like, why not let players stumble upon some random ruin somewhere that has some crazy good item in it, and it completely changes how they play for the rest of the run? Like, it's fun. You know, it's really interesting when games let you do that. Let you...
Oh, man, I just remembered. I have to tell this story in case people don't know about it, because it's the most hilarious thing you can do in Oblivion.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, in the arena, there's an enemy that has a very unique shield. It's unique because it provides complete immunity to every form of magic and harmful, like, elemental damage.
Oh, is that the Periite shield? Or is it something different?
No, I don't think it has a name because the player's never supposed to go get it because you can't loot bodies in the arena.
Okay.
But there's still a way to get it.
Yeah.
You have to, like, complete the entire Mages Guild quest to, oh god, what is it? To get something that allows you to temporarily resurrect someone as a minion.
Like necromancy.
And then you have to use another thing from another Daedric side quest to make a clone of the person.
Oh.
No, other way around. You have to make a clone, then as the clone is in its dying animation, you have to resurrect it using the staff. This by itself isn't enough. You also have to spend like 2 hours in the arena breaking the shield and probably casting healing spells on the opponent until they unequip it so that it goes into their inventory. And then you can make a clone, resurrect the clone, kill the clone, and check their inventory to loot the item. And if you ever drop that item, you can never pick it back up because it says you're not allowed to loot things while you're in the arena.
Oh, wow. Huh. That's crazy.
But if you do have it, the game doesn't work right anymore.
Yeah, it sounds pretty nuts. God items like that are great.
Like, fire is an elemental damage type that's supposed to be magic, but since that shield protects you from elemental damage, you can just hang out in fire.
Just Willow from those Star, I guess, in a way.
On the other hand, you can't hang out in lava because lava deals drowning damage.
Huh. That's weird.
The game's a
Drowning
mess.
damage the lava.
Yeah.
Yes, when you're standing on lava, you drown.
Even if your feet are there and nothing else.
Yes, if one of your
a
ankles is
beautiful game.
partially submerged in lava and none of the rest of you is, you will die of asphyxiation.
Does that mean if you have water
What a
breathing, you can walk
beautiful-
through lava?
No, because lava is specifically programmed to ignore water breathing.
Man. I do cut devs some slack whenever they have funny workarounds like that, because, like, making games myself, I know how many times they're like, oh, look, this just has to work, right? The important thing is that it works, not that it works, not that it's clean behind the scenes, right? Like the whole thing with
Yep.
Fallout 3 where it's like, on that tram ride, it turns out it's just a hat on the player's head, right? People make fun of Bethesda for that, but I'm like, they have to, like, it works, right? It just works.
It works.
It's
yeah.
fine. Like,
Give us a slide.
you're never gonna see. If it's something you can see and interact with and it's broken, then that's one thing. But it's like, no, it's just a little scene and it works. So who cares? Like, every game does weird stuff like that behind the scenes.
Actually, speaking of things, well, I guess in this case, speaking of things not working, there's a rather hilarious bug in Palworld right now.
Oh yeah.
So you're not supposed to have to capture the first boss. She's a unique thing. She's like a human riding on a Pokemon.
Yep.
So you're not supposed to be able to capture them because you'd be capturing two things.
Mm.
But
But you can? How do you cap? What
You can.
How does that? Is that like
The way you have to aggro like the Oblivion style guards with guns, right?
Yeah.
And you have to get them to shoot her until she's at 0 hit points.
Yep.
And then you have to ready a ball, which says it'll have a 0% chance of capturing her. But as soon as you see her start T-posing from getting killed by a guard, you throw the ball and it actually has a 100% chance of capturing her.
What the hell?
And since it doesn't check if she's captured or whatever, you can then like leave and come back and there's another copy of her that you can also catch. You can just keep doing that and get like 30 or 40 of her.
What does she look like? Is she cute?
She is cute like you would not believe.
So you can have a whole base full of this cute character you can't even capture.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yes, she is like the living embodiment of e-girl with daddy issues.
Maybe I will have to get this game then. Everyone else is playing it.
You should. It'll be fun.
Everybody else
yeah,
here
there
in the
it is,
podcast
right
has it.
there.
I'm gonna pull that up. I'll show this on the screen here. Yeah, she is cute.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have like 40 of her in my basement because that's normal.
That's a good question that I have. How do you capture that when she's on top of the beast and it's impossible to capture? Is she an NPC at one point in the game afterwards?
No, I just explained it. You have to get the guards to kill her, and then she'll start T-posing, and you can throw the ball at her, and it works.
Yes, sorry.
It's that's. Oh,
I got lost in a bit. There was some flashbangs going on.
Okay, yeah. You just get the guards to shoot her, and then she can be captured.
Gotcha.
How do you get him to shoot her? Do you just like have to walk in a certain get her in the way?
Yeah, basically, you aggro the guards by committing random acts of violence on NPCs, and then have them chase you into the tower and stand behind her.
Is it easy to do?
And apparently it's relatively easy to do. I know someone who finds it so easy to do that he's like specifically grinding up large amounts of her for resources.
What?
But yeah, if you stand behind her, they'll channel their inner American and just start blasting.
Wow.
No time to get out of the way, citizen.
Oh shit, dude, this game. Oh my god.
Does that work on any other bosses or just her?
I don't know.
I believe. If we must be, there has to be.
I guess
If
it would
it
depend if
does,
there's
I am
guards there.
true. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played the game much. I just checked to confirm that I can run it before streaming it.
And what do you have on a computer? Like I can barely run it on low graphics for some reason.
Oh, I'm running it at 60 FPS on the highest settings because I spent money on getting a decent PC.
Oh, nice.
I have an Nvidia 1650. That's why probably I cannot run it well.
I have a 3090 Ti.
Yeah, totally. Has
So
to be able to just run it.
When are you streaming this, Bones?
Friday, right?
Friday. A little after your stream, I believe.
Yeah, the podcast should be up by then. So anybody listening, immediately after finishing this, come and watch me. By the way, I'll be on first, and then Bones be on after that. Me first.
I mean, I guess fair enough. You'll be live before I'm live.
What am I doing this week? By the way, I forgot.
You're doing B3313. I told you.
No. I'm doing.
No, you're doing B3313.
No. I want to play.
You don't make a video about meta horror and not look into the game that has invented a new genre of meta horror.
I'm sorry, but Doki Doki Literature Club invented meta horror, so. You didn't watch my video because I very specifically went into this, very specifically. So, watching Small Tapes, I'm
Guards,
playing
send him to
Dead
the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded immediately.
And then I'm playing Pocket Mirror Gold Realm. I don't know what that means, but should be fun.
B3313.
Say, wait, hang on. I know I asked this before, but I didn't get the answer I wanted. How does multiplayer work? Is it like, do you directly connect to somebody, or is it like server based, or like how does it work?
You set up your own servers and people connect to it.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you connect to it, you need to make a new character. You cannot just carry over a character from single player into online. That's what I wanted to say actually, before I distracted
okay.
myself. So that's also kind of why single player is over.
So it's kind of like those. I'm getting the impression it's like those survival games, like The Forest, or what was the other one? Ark. Is it similar to that?
Or Valheim.
Oh yeah, or Valheim.
I have seen people say this game isn't Pokemon, it's Ark with Pokemon.
It's Ark, it's Pokemon, it's Fortnite because it has a shield and the construction system.
Is it Fortnite?
What else is there?
I mean, there's a construction system in Ark, isn't there?
No, but you can like instantly go like.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Is it
Doesn't take a
closer
lot.
to Fallout 4's construction system, because you've got like the pals working for you?
I would say the construction is very, very limited right now. It might be getting better after, sorry. But I ran into a lot of issues where the pals would get stuck running into a wall forever. So I decided to not make any constructions at all and just make a flat ground where I make my base. Because they're not well done right now. And don't let me get started about just building up stairs. They're impossible to build.
Are they?
They are impossible to build. Yes, there's no fun on it. You don't have fun. So I did a flat ground. That's it. I didn't put anything.
You know how people build like things from games in Minecraft? Like there's that big project to rebuild Yharnam from Bloodborne in Minecraft at the moment. I think it'd be cool to build the dungeon or pre-heval in Minecraft. I think that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Could be.
The dungeon would work in Minecraft because you can go down in there. I was thinking of just making like the first level in Palworld though. Because I mean, where else am I going to keep all of the I'm totally normal? Where else am I going to keep all of my normality?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
normal behaviors. I'm normal.
I do think there should be a Fear and Hunger spin-off that is an open world crafting survival horror game. I think it would be sick.
And then Miro DMC is it?
Honestly, I just want to see someone make like Battle Royale Fear and Hunger and call it a real tournament like festival and be like, there you go. Perfect.
Well, yeah, Miro has said that he doesn't mind like fan games and stuff, so as long as we don't charge for it, it should be fine, right? Right? But if you're going to be spending a lot of time on it, you probably want to charge for it, hey?
Yeah, I was thinking you could probably talk him into taking Zune's stance, where it's fine as long as you make it clear that it's a fan work.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he said something on Twitter like that, and he's like, yeah, you know, fan games are fine. But if you're gonna start making money, then he'll need to have a chat with you. But yeah,
like that one furry game, Fear and Hunger Furry.
Fear and Hunger, does that count? What was that called again?
That's materialization of memories.
That's it.
I really wish for the developer to improve on that because he had a really good job. He was doing a really good job on what was going on with it, but there needs a lot of work to it, and sadly, it didn't sell well.
You know what you can do instead of the Fear and Hunger speedrunning? You can do materialization of memory speedrunning.
You know that I actually was applying on that. I'm not even kidding. I sat down, I played it, I finished it, and I said the first thing I said was, "I can do this in like 2 minutes." Sorry, no, 2 hours. Sorry, 2 hours. 2 hours. And the playthrough took me 12 hours to finish. No, actually, how you think more? Yeah, 12 hours I think to finish the game, which is a lot, but that is what the game said when I saved the game. The gameplay of the game from beginning to end took me like 20 hours or so, a lot of time. But when I did a second run, because I did a second run streaming, I finished the game in like 5 hours. So I was like, I can actually easily make this a 2-hour run because I know what to do. And the game is pretty simple to know what you have to do. And it is recommended to be played fast as well. The less time that you spend, the less hunger and mind that you have to use, because this, compared to Fear and Hunger, you lose hunger, which is your HP, and mind, which is your mana, right? Very fast in the game. Very freaking fast. So it makes sense that it could be speedrunnable in a way. There's only one boss fight that you have to fight, actually fight. Any other boss fight, you can just shoot it from outside.
I think, you know that meme where it's like the guy on the crossroads and one side is like a really nice happy castle and the other side is like a nightmare castle? I think speedrunning materialization of memories is the nightmare castle, and working on your own YouTube stuff is the nice castle here at the moment.
Okay, but haunted castles are sick though.
Yeah, but Raccoon is like a forest critter. He doesn't like spooky castles.
So you're saying I should speedrun it then?
Yeah, actually, I think that'd be really funny.
If you want to get traumatized, yeah, sure. You can do it.
Yeah, do you guys have any other topics you'd like to bring up today?
I'm just thinking about haunted castles now and like how much fun it would be to make one of those in Palworld.
Oh, that would be pretty sick. Is there like a lot
I don't know if there's like ghost mechanics there, but like a haunted castle is like my dream place to live.
If there was like a ghost mechanic of the things that you killed, you're like your bases would just be filled full of ghosts like instantly.
Why would you live in a castle, Jones?
Cause it's cool.
Look at him.
Why?
Look at him. He's a big spooky skeleton.
What do you mean why? Why are castles cool?
Yeah?
Are you even listening to yourself right now?
This is actually kind of ridiculous, Raccoon. What is this?
It's kind of scary. What do you mean? You wake up and you're like, oh, what is that?
Well, that's the thing. I'm not scared of ghosts. I know how they work.
How do they work exactly?
That's a long story. Would have to be its own episode of the podcast.
Like, quickly,
That's a bit like asking how do
I have a question.
work?
I have a question. Have you gone through like supernatural shit?
Oh yeah, no, like my apartment's haunted for one thing.
All right, I would love the next podcast to be like that.
Heck,
Yeah, we can talk
the
about
last
supernatural
place I
stuff.
work is was a refurbished asylum.
That's creepy.
Interesting. I love that. That's scary.
Yeah, we can talk about
We talked
supernatural
about
stuff
phobia
that's happened to us
before,
next
remember?
time.
Yeah, I love that. We already talked about phobia, so people know what our phobias are, I believe. But yeah, that would be nice. I would love that. The thing about it, I would love to live in a place far away from society, to be honest. With internet. Like in a forest, kind of. That would be nice.
I don't believe that for a second, Raccoon. I don't believe that for a second. I think it's something that sounds nice. But if you're the sort of person who's going to set up the speedrunning thing for Fear and Hunger, you're not the sort of person who's going to live in the middle of the forest without an internet connection. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put that out there.
Wonder if I can steal internet somehow.
I'm the sort of person who would live in a big manor, a big estate with like massive walls around it. I think that'd be sick.
As long as you like it. My feeling of what is the best place, like honestly, without even meaning about it, the best feeling that I always got is getting back to a hotel where I am forced to take stairs or an elevator to get to my room. I love that. I don't know why, but it feels so good to get to a hotel.
Oh, it's because you're a raccoon and it's your blood memories of living in trees.
Do they do that? I'm at a loss this one.
Rummaging through trash in the city only to scurry home to your tree apartment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I love that so much. Just going to like a shopping or anything like that, going back, having to climb stairs, I guess. It's beautiful. And I can look outside and be like, oh my god. And I have vertigo, so I don't remain outside for too long. But it's beautiful. I like it.
Yeah. All right. So was there anything else you guys wanted to bring up before we wrap up?
Yes, real quickly.
Yeah.
The real reason a haunted castle, specifically the ghost part, is so sick is specifically because You can really easily ward a place against ghosts if you want some private time, but they'll always be there and will never move out if you want to socialize.
Huh. So...
And they will never steal your snacks from the fridge, making them the perfect roommate.
That is true. I would hate if that happens to me. If a ghost would steal my snacks, I would be down. I'll be destroyed. I don't like that. My food, no one touches it. Nobody.
Can you just put like wards on doors so then if a door is closed, the ghost can't get in or out?
Yeah, you set up a ward so that it's only a completed sigil while the door is closed, but breaks when it's open.
Ah, there you go. That's clever.
Plus, you never have to worry about ghosts like spending 3 hours in the shower and making it so that nobody else can use the single bathroom. It's a perfect roommate.
Yeah. There you go. Do we know any ghosts? Can we bring a ghost on the podcast? How are ghosts with technology, by the way? Are they any good?
It depends on the ghost.
I wonder if my computer like blowing up that one time when I was like a teenager was caused by a ghost.
Probably, yeah.
Or not cleaning it at all, ever.
The ghost ruined your ceiling too.
Oh yeah, I almost got killed by that actually.
Yeah, yeah. Or was it the ghost that
God
saved
damn it,
you from that?
Or maybe it saved me.
Do you have a
I
good
had
ghost
a
and a bad
story
ghost?
actually.
One's trying to kill you, the
Did I
other
tell
one's
you
saving
about what happened? Did I tell you what happened? How I nearly died when I was like 3 years old?
No, what happened?
I'll quickly tell this one. But when I was a kid and I was with my parents in my aunt's house, we were like chilling and just relaxing. I was just running around in the garden. And out of nowhere, while my dad was sitting down and my mom was standing up far away from me, I ended up running away towards the streets because the door was open. And what happened was that there was a noise coming from far away, and it was a car going at Mach 5 speed, really, really fucking fast. My mom started running towards me, trying to catch me, but she was not going to make it at all. She wasn't going to make it. And my dad just froze in place, just sitting there. He couldn't react. Like, it was just destined to happen in a way. So what happened then was that as I got as close as possible to the car, to where the car was going to be going by, right? Then I stopped in place. The car went by, and I didn't get touched by the car at all. My mom then grabbed me and just hugged me, and she keeps telling me these days that what happened that day was that the ghost of my mom caught me before getting hit by that car.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's what I believe, at least, and she believes as well. I don't really have that much paranormal activity, to be honest, but that's the only thing that I always think about whenever I go back to thinking about ghosts, which is a positive thing at least. Where
Yeah,
I'm still
worse than that, that's
I
for
guess.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, if we actually do an episode on paranormal activities, I will be able to like fill the entire podcast myself.
I'll be down. Now
Oh my
and you
God.
talk about lore, I get to sleep. You talk about horror stuff, I'll go join you in.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll have to do that then. Talk about paranormal stuff. It'd be sick.
I grew up in a haunted house.
We can have a polo showing up as a ghost midstream. Holy
All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming in, and we'll see you next week.